Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Mill Valley High School, where today your Shawnee Mission West Vikings are taking part in Sub-State, taking on the Mill Valley Jaguars. Today's tournament will be win and advance and lose and go home. This is the first time since the 2022 season that the Vikings have made it to the postseason. So quite an accomplishment on a program that's continuing to build and progress. Got a ruckus home crowd here today from the Jaguars. As we get the rotations finalized, we'll give you the rundown. Starting for your Vikings, back row, right to left, Isabel Lauber, Bailey Aldridge, and Jillian Walton. Front row, Briley Milo, Trinity Starr, and Avery Horner. The Jaguars will start with the serve. Jillian passes it to Isabel. Isabel back sets to Briley. Briley goes cross court. Jaguar defender there to cover. Briley passes it up to Isabel. Isabel sets it deep left corner. Picked up by the Jags. Jags bringing it back there for the tip. And Briley. Isabel sets it deep middle. Jaguars bringing it back. The Jaguars able to bring back a kill and get the first point of the match. So Jaguars lead 1-0 here at the start of set number one. Bailey takes first pass, sends it to Isabel. Isabel sets it over to Avery. Avery just a bit off on the tip. Goes into the net. Point Jaguars. Bailey takes the serve, sends it to Jillian. Jillian sends it back over to Isabel. Isabel bumps it over the net. Jaguars with a 3-0 lead. Jillian takes the first pass, sends it to Isabel. Isabel sets it to Jillian in the back row. Jillian going off the defender's fingertips by getting the point for the Vikings. So the Vikings on the board, trailing 1-3 as Briley Milo rotates back to serve. Briley jumps serve from the right side, goes deep middle. Trinity Starr and Avery Horner getting a hand on it, but not able to get the block, and Jaguars get the point. Vikings trail 1-4. Jaguars with the serve. Riley's able to bump it over the net to shallow middle. And Vikings get the point as the Jaguars tip that one out of bounds. Molly Timko rotates into the front row. Trinity Starr back to serve. Trinity serve goes deep middle. Picked up by the back row defenders. Trinity bumps it up in the air. Isabel's there to save it. Send it back to Jillian. Jillian bumps it over the net, shallow right side. Jaguars bringing it back. Molly Timko getting a hand on it, but not able to get the block. And Jaguars get the point. Vikings trail 2-5 early in set number one. Bailey pops it up in the air. Briley's able to run back and save it. Jillian bumps it over deep to the right side, but goes just a bit too far and out of bounds. Vikings trail 2-6. Jaguar serve taken by Briley. Isabel sets it over to Molly. Molly goes shallow middle, picked up by the back row defenders. Jaguars bringing it back. Molly bunts it up in the air. Briley sets it up to Avery. Avery going to the right side, picked up by the back row defender. Jaguars bringing it back. Molly Timko nearly getting the block, but the ball falls on the Vikings side of the net. Jaguars get the point. Vikings down by 5, trailing 2-7 early in set number 1. Riley passes it up to Isabel. Isabel sets it to Jillian. Jillian swinging hard. Riley butts it up to Isabel. Isabel sets it over to Avery. Avery tipping it to the left side. Out of bounds. Vikings trail 2-8. Jaguars with the serve. Briley passes it up to Isabel. Isabel sets it over to Jillian. Jillian hits it into the blocker's hands and getting the point for the Vikings. Avery Horner back to serve. Vikings trail 3-8. Avery jump serve from the right side, goes deep middle. And off the defender's hands for the ace. So a nice ace by Avery Horner pulls the Vikings within 4 as they trail 4-8. Avery lines up on the right side, jump serve, shallow middle, taken by the back row defender. And Jaguars able to bring it back and get the point. Vikings 4, Jaguars 9. Jaguars with the serve. Bailey passes it up to Avery. Avery back sets to Jillian. Jillian going down the right side. And called behind the foul pole. Jaguars get the point. Vikings 4, Jaguars 10. Bailey takes the first pass into Avery. Avery sets it up to Isabel. Isabel trying to left-hand it over the net. Not able to get it over. The Jaguars get the point. Riley passes it up to Avery. Avery back sets to Jillian. Jillian hitting hard into blocked hands. Molly's there for the tip. Isabel sets it to the right corner, down for the point. Nice placement by Isabel Lauber, getting the point for the Vikings. Vikings trail 5-11. Jillian Walton back to serve. Jillian from the right side, jump serve. Goes to deep left. Hit out of bounds by the Jaguars. Point Vikings. Jillian lines up on the right side. Jump serve deep to right side, off the defender's hands for the ace. A nice ace by Jillian Walton pulls the Vikings to within 4 as they trail 7-11. Jillian jump serve from the right side, goes deep middle. Jaguars bringing that one back hard, goes off the Viking defender's hand, shoots out of bounds. So side out Jaguars. Vikings trail 7-12. Bailey passes the serve back over the net. Jaguars bringing it back. Jillian sends it back up over the net. Oh! And Briley Milo gets a hand on it, but hits the foul pole, and Jaguars get the point. Vikings down by 6, trailing 7-13. Jaguars serve. Tipped by the Viking defender. Would have gone out of bounds. Vikings trail 7-14 here in the middle of set number 1. Jaguars with the serve. Jaguars serve goes into the net. Side out Vikings. Trinity Star rotates into the front row. Bailey Aldridge back to serve. Bailey from the middle goes deep middle. And Isabel Lauber getting it tipped back over. The Jaguars bring it back. Get the point. Vikings 8, Jaguars 15 as the Vikings take a timeout. Jaguars coming in today, one of the top-ranked teams in 6A. I think they have 4 D1 commits currently playing on their team, so it'll be a tough battle for the Vikings today, but with a little grit and determination, they'll be able to hang in there. So both teams retake the court. Vikings trail 8-15. Bailey takes a serve, passes it up to Avery. Avery sets it over to Briley. Briley goes to the right side, off the defender's. The defender hits it into the ceiling and goes out of bounds. Vikings get the point. Isabel Lauber rotates back to serve. Lines up in the middle. Deep left side serve. And Jaguars able to bring it back and get the kill. And the point. Vikings trail 9-16, middle of set number 1. Jillian passes it up to Isabel. Isabel sets it to Jillian in the back row. Jillian going soft shallow middle and get the donut for the point. Nice placement by Jillian Walton, finding the gap in the Jaguar coverage. Gives the Vikings 10, Jaguars 16. Riley Milo back to serve for the Vikings. From the right side, she serves deep left. Riley's able to one-hand it up, and Bailey Aldridge hustling to the sideline, almost able to save it from the bench. Jaguars get the point. Vikings trail 10-17. Riley passes it up to Isabel. Isabel sends it over the net. Jaguars bring it right back and find the gap in coverage, getting the point. Vikings 10, Jaguars 18. Jaguars with the serve. Bailey passes it up to Isabel. Isabel sends it over to Jillian. So ref called it hit into the net. Jaguars get the point. Vikings 10, Jaguars 19. Jillian passes it to Isabel. Isabel back sets to Trinity. Trinity tipping it over the blocker's hands. Off the defender's fingertips and out of bounds. Vikings get the point. Good placement by Trinity Star. Molly Timko rotates into the front row. Trinity Star back to serve. Trinity serve goes shallow left side. Looks like the Jaguars is going to have a hard time getting a handle on it, but they're able to get it back over the net and get the point. Vikings 11, Jaguars 20. Riley takes the first pass into Isbell. Isbell sets it to Jillian. Jillian goes left side, but out of bounds. Vikings trail by 10, down 11 to 21 here in set number 1. And a little miscommunication there between the Viking back row defenders. Jaguars get the ace and go up by 11. Riley passes it to Isbell. Isbell sets it to Jillian. Jillian going deep middle, but out of bounds. Oh, looks like it was tipped by the Jaguars. Vikings get the point. Avery Horner back to serve. Avery from the right side. Goes deep third. Molly tipping an overpass back over the net. Molly tipping it back over the net again. Here comes the Jaguars. Molly tiptoe with the block. Molly all over the net up there. Avery Horner digging down and trying to get under it, but the ball shoots out of bounds. Jaguars get the point. Vikings trail 12 to 23. Bailey passes it up to Avery. Avery sets it over to Isabel. Isabel hits it into the blocker's hands. Jaguars able to save it. Riley one arms it up to Bailey to send it to Molly. Molly not able to get a hit on it. And it's now set point for the Jaguars here in set number 1. Bailey passes it up to Avery. Avery back sets to Jillian. Jillian tipping it to the right side. Jillian battling up there with the bigs, getting the block. But the Jaguars able to bring it back and get the point and take set number 1, 25 to 12. Vikings will try to regroup here between set number 1 and set number 2. Two minutes remain on the clock here between set number 1 and set number 2. Vikings looking to regroup going into set number 2. 45 seconds on the clock. Set number 2 will be underway momentarily. Set number 2 getting ready to get underway. We'll give you the lineup here as soon as they get the rotation finalized. Your Viking back row, right to left, is Isabel Lauber, Bailey Aldridge, and Riley Milo. Front row, Avery Horner, Trinity Starr, and Jillian Walton. Isabel Lauber to start with the serve. Goes shallow right side. And a nice block up there by Jillian Walton. Jaguars able to save it. Riley passes it up to Isabel. Isabel back sets to Jillian. Jillian goes hard off the defender's hand for the kill. Vikings on the board first, leading 1-0. Isabel slides back to the middle to serve. Deep middle serve. Jaguars tipping it over the Viking block. Get the point. Tied at 1. Jaguars will have the serve. Riley passes it up to Isabel. Isabel sets over to Jillian. Jillian going to the right side. Off the defender's hands. Jillian Walton getting the kill for the Vikings. And the Vikings take a 2-1 lead here in set number 2. Avery Horner back to serve. Avery lines up in the middle. Jump serve goes deep to the left side. Jaguars tipping it over the Viking block. Get the point. Tied the score at 2. Jaguars get the ace, serving between 2 Viking back row defenders. And that gives the Jaguars the lead here in set number 2 by a score of 3-2. Jaguar serve taken by Avery. Isabel sets it up to Jillian. Jillian hits it into the net. Thought maybe there might have been a tip by the Jaguar defender, but not called by the up ref. So Jaguars get the point and lead 4-2. Avery passes it up to Isabel. Isabel sets it over to Trinity. Trinity hits it into the blocker's hands. Jillian sets it up to Isabel. Isabel sets it to Jillian. Jillian off the blocker's hands, down to the point. Molly Timko rotates into the front row. Trinity Starr back to serve. Vikings trail 3-4 as Trinity lines up on the right side. Jump serve goes deep middle. Jaguars able to bring that one back hard to the Viking left-hand side and get the point. Vikings trail 3-5. Jaguars with the serve. Avery passes it up to Isabel. Isabel sets it over the net, shallow middle. Picked up by the defenders. Avery passes it to Isabel. Isabel back sets to Jillian. Jillian tips it into the blocker's hands. Blockers tip it back. Molly Timko getting a hand on it, but not able to get the block. Jaguars get the point. Vikings trail 3-6. Bailey passes it to Molly. Molly sends it to Briley. Briley bumps it over the net. Shallow middle. Jaguars bringing it back. Jaguars go cross court, able to get the point. Vikings trail 3-7. Jillian passes to Isabel. Isabel sets it over to Briley. Briley going over the blockers, fingertips. Jaguars able to tip it over the Viking block to the back right side and get the point. Vikings trail 3-8, and we'll call a timeout. Both teams retake the court out of the Viking timeout. Jaguars lead 8-3 here in set number 2. Bailey passes it to Isabel. Isabel sets it over to Jillian. Jillian going to the right side. Saved by the back row defender. Jaguars bringing it back. Isabel there for the tip. Sends it to Jillian. Jillian sends it to Avery. Avery bumps it from the shallow right side. Jaguars able to go around the Viking block and get the kill. Vikings now trail 3-9. Bailey passes it up to Isabel. Isabel sets it to Jillian. Jillian hitting it hard off the blocker's fingertips. Picked up by the back row defender. Jaguars able to roll that one off the Viking defender's fingertips and get the point. Vikings down by 7 as they trail 3-10. Jaguars serve taken by Avery. Isabel bumps it over to Briley. And Briley, just a bit off on the timing, goes into the net. And Jaguars get the point. Vikings 3, Jaguars 8. Bailey passes it up to Isabel. Isabel bumps it up to Jillian. Jillian going to the left side. Avery passes it up to Isabel. Isabel sends it to Briley. Briley blocked at the net by the Jaguar defender. Jaguars get the point. Vikings trail 3-12. Bailey passes to Isabel. Isabel sets to Briley. Briley goes off the blocker's fingertip. Saved by the back row defender. Jaguars able to bring that down on the left boundary line off the defender's hands and get the point. Vikings trail 3-13. Avery sends it to Isabel. Isabel sends it back to Bailey. Bailey goes to the shallow right side. Jaguars bringing it back. Bringing it down over the Viking block. Able to get the point. That's one of those Jaguar D1 commits over there. Avery's able to save it, send it back to Jillian. Jillian bumps it over the net. Jaguars bringing the tip back over the block. Getting the point for the Jags. Vikings trail 3-15. Bailey passes it up to Isabel. Isabel sends it to Briley. Briley goes to the right side. Avery pops it up to Isabel. Isabel bumps it to the deep right side. Jaguars flipping it over the block. Getting the point. So the Jaguars with a lot of firepower, able to get you with the tip or the hard hit. Isabel with a quick set over the net, getting the point for the Vikings. Hopefully the Vikings can use the Isabel point to start getting some momentum here. Jillian Walton back to serve. Vikings trail 4-16. Jillian from the right side, jump serve, goes deep middle, picked up by the Jaguar defender. Avery digging down, sending it up to Briley. He sends it to Jillian. Jillian goes deep middle. Jaguars bringing it back. Briley there for the tip, sends it to Isabel. Isabel sets it to Jillian. Jillian going deep, but out the back left corner. Point goes to the Jags. Vikings trail 4-17. Just have not been able to find a rhythm here in set number 2. And served out of bounds by the Jaguars. Vikings get the point and stay alive. Riley Milo rotates back to serve. So Vikings trail 5-18. Jaguars with the serve. Briley passes it up to Isabel. Isabel sets it to Jillian. Jillian going hard to the right back corner. Off the defender's hands for the point. Trinity Starr rotates into the front row. Bailey Aldridge back to serve. Bailey serve goes shallow right side. Jillian passes it up to Isabel. Isabel with a quick set over the net. Riley passes it to Isabel. Isabel sets it over to Avery. Avery swinging hard, goes to the back defender. They're able to save it, bringing it back. Bailey Aldridge sending it back over the net. And Avery Horner up there getting the block, sending it back over. Jaguars getting ready to bring it back. And bringing it back hard to the Viking right side. Goes off the Viking defender and out of bounds. Vikings trail 6-19. Got a significant task ahead of them. One against the juggernaut of a Jaguar team. Jillian passes it to Isabel. Isabel sends it to Avery. Avery goes to the left side. Jaguars able to save it, but Trinity's able to put it up in the air. Isabel bumping it over the net. Jaguars bringing it back. Trinity Starr up there getting a block for the Vikings. And another block for Trinity Starr. Getting the point for the Vikings. So 2 back-to-back blocks by Trinity Starr. And the Vikings get the point. Isabel Lawver serves from the middle, goes deep to the left side. Hit out of bounds by the Jaguars. Vikings get the point. Trying to claw their way back into set number 2. Now trailing 8-19. Isabel from the middle. Serves deep middle. Jillian pops it up to Isabel. Isabel sends it to Avery. Avery goes deep middle. Jaguars bringing it back. Riley there for the tip. Sends it to Isabel. Isabel sets it up to Jillian. Jillian tips it down the right side. Jaguar defenders there bringing it back. And Jaguar is able to get it in on the back line, get the point. Vikings trail 8-20 here in set number 2. Bailey passes it to Isabel. Isabel sends it over to Jillian. Jillian goes to the right side. Bailey passes it up to Isabel. Isabel sets it over to Jillian. Jillian swinging hard off the defender's hands. The upright Vikings get the point. Avery Horner back to serve. Lines up in the middle, jump serve, shallow middle. Bailey there for the tip, sends it up to Isabel. Isabel sets it up to Jillian. Jillian swinging hard. Looks like they're going to call that one bouncing off the net, going out of bounds. So Jaguars get the point. Vikings trail 9-21. Bailey passes it up to Isabel. Isabel sets to Jillian. Jillian blocking the net. Vikings 9, Jaguars 22. Jaguars with the serve. Bailey passes it up to Isabel. Isabel back sets to Trinity. Trinity swing down the right sideline. Picked up by the defenders. There's the Jaguars D1 commit there in the middle. Able to bring that back down and get the point. Vikings have quite the mountain to climb here, trailing 9-23 in set number 2. Bailey passes it to Isabel. Isabel sets it over to Briley. Briley goes the right side off the defender's head and out of bounds. So a nice swing by Briley Milo. Molly Timko back in the front row. Trinity Star back to serve. Vikings trail 10-23. Trinity jump serve from the right side. Goes into the net. Jaguars get the point. Now set point for the Jaguars.
Correction.
Bailey passes it up to Isabel. Isabel sets it over to Jillian. Jillian going down the right sideline. All right, so that's it for Substate for the Vikings. Give it up for the ladies. They put a lot of work in this year. It's a major step forward for the program to even make it to Substate after not having been there since 2022. Not the way they wanted it to turn out, but they'll go back, they'll regroup, and next year they'll come back bigger and stronger. So that's it for Viking Volleyball 2025. Everybody have a great rest of your day. Stay safe. We'll see you next time.